The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.
Welcome to Season 8 of the Formal Gamer podcast. Fickle the Bard, Bernum the Monk, and Methuselah the Magic User begin their quest in chains, but end up in the middle of a conflict they don't truly understand. Malevolent magical forces are at work in the town of Dulasar, with defiant dragonborn, guarded gnolls, and cunning kobolds fighting for supremacy. Will our three heroes be able to escape and discover why their life seems to be draining away? Especially as their own demons seem to be getting in the way of their progress. Sometimes literally.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 15 of season 8 of the Formal Gamer podcast. That's a lot of questions in there. So always you can find us on Facebook and Twitter and our website, which I've finally finished trying to make look reasonable. So if you check out formalgamer.com, it shouldn't look quite as crummy as it used to. Let us know what you think, formalgamer.com. And one little plug this week. A guy got in contact with us through the Facebook page who has started his own D&D podcast, which I know a lot of people have started doing. It's very popular nowadays. Competition for us. Good. Make our lives harder. These guys are called Dragons, Gnolls and Pitiful Rolls, which one, it rhymes, we're going to like that, and two, it involves gnolls, which are a big part of this season. They've got a website, which I'll plug away in the description if you want to give them a listen. They're only 2 episodes in, and anyone who heard us after our first 2 episodes knows that is a very difficult stage. So if you want to give them a hand and give them a listen, I'm telling you now that at that early stage, every single listen is a absolute joy and makes you feel over the moon. So if you give them a little listen, I'm sure they'll appreciate it. But more important than anything like that is that you enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Formal Gamer podcast. Some doors have opened. Ripped open. Because people were too busy getting married to actually have a look around the door.
Yeah, from last week's episode, the door was not the most important bit.
It's the only thing that actually happened, really, in terms of physical world.
So Mira and Methuselah decided that they were going to get married. Completely...
Methuselah and...
Fickle.
I'm sorry, Fickle, yes.
Fickle's now calling herself a wife. Because...
Initially it was a sham marriage, but you both seem to have got quite into it.
I mean, Bernum wasn't convinced at first.
No.
But now they're sort of acting like a married couple, so Bernum's more into it than he was.
It's a long con.
So the two relationships, it seems to have gone together, because Bernum and Tully seem to be having quite a nice
We're having a lovely time at the moment.
let me make it clear, I will be passing you a note later. DM.
Okay.
This could get all.
I mean, all subtlety is lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you need a piece of paper and pen?
Are you going to announce if you wink at him later as well? Just so the DM knows, never knows. I'm winking at the DM to get attention.
No, I think we're happy in our marriage. Am I correct? And we've agreed it's going to be for a day.
It's hard because it's been for 15 minutes, so I don't know.
So far, we are euphoric.
Well, you decided after you'd forced this door open, of this sort of well-like structure that goes down into the bowels of the temple, you decided to actually have a look around in the inside. You found some scrolls in...
We did. We found 3 spell scrolls. One was Leomund's tiny hut. One was Feign Death. And one was Blink.
It was.
My husband, for today and a half, has taken Blink, which is a warlock spell, for his friend, the warlock.
Yes, because obviously Methuselah is a great wizard and not a warlock.
That's what he keeps telling us.
Yeah. And you took the 2 bard/wizard spells for yourself.
I did indeed.
Previously in the episode, Bernum had undertaken a pair burial.
Yep, another pair funeral, the second of the campaign.
Yes, and in this time you had been given a gift from the Maker.
Yeah, from the Maker. Well, we're technically an atheistic religion who just believe in the spirits of the universe. So luckily I think the universe has provided. My moral acts has meant that I've been rewarded with a golden seed.
Yes.
And so that's let me know that I'm living along the right path and that punishing those who disrespect my religion is the most important thing.
Yes, absolutely. Also in the box with the scrolls was a little bit of material, potentially magic material.
Magic material.
It had been voiced earlier on in the episode that there was a potential for a new hat for Methuselah. And an oversized beret amount of material.
That
That common descriptive
classic measurement.
Yeah.
For a hat that's specifically oversized.
There are also 3 doors that you have not opened in this part of the corridor.
Let's continue on. This door was wonderful. 0 shit and 3 scrolls.
I think, Bernum, do you want to open door number 2?
Well, Bernum...
We're actually not with you.
No. Burnham was on halfway up the inside... Or
No, we were planning how
You
to
were
climb
planning.
it, yeah. We've not started climbing yet. Me and Tully are sussing out the room to how to open the top.
So on the inside of this large sort of
Would you want them to do the doors down there
Chichen
first?
temple... Yeah, I'll just describe where you are, though. This inside of this large sort of Chichen temple, there are ropes hanging down from another set of sort of trap doors at the very, very top of the temple that you think might let light from the top in or other light out. The ropes hanging down to a sort of mezzanine sort of palisade level round the inside on which you had previously climbed. And you think if you climbed up the ropes, you might be able to work some of the mechanisms or potentially unlock some locks or something that might open the top of these doors.
Just take a moment to think how good it is when we first climbed up the pyramid and found these doors from the outside that we didn't try and bash in. Because then we'd have all these angry orcs climbing up to meet us.
Yeah. Well, and...
You'd have fallen 5
Yeah,
stories.
I imagine that, like, if I can plan how we would have got through, it would have been standing on it and jumping
If
up
I
and
remember,
down.
you did jump on it.
Oh, yeah.
And you were jumping up and down and considering lighting bonfires.
Yeah.
But then I suppose that's standard for all
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
scenarios.
You've got to
That's
consider the
playbook.
bonfire, yeah. Got to go through due process.
Okay, so...
So, Fickle, my wife, let's go to the next door.
Wait, I'm just going to quickly check this room for rings.
In the paperwork room?
Yes.
Okay, investigation.
Ooh. I rolled an 18, and I've got a plus to that, which is 3. So that would be
21
21.
in total. You're certain there are no rings in this room?
I'm very certain there are no rings in this room, hubby.
Obviously, it's a paperwork room.
Oh, I'm so silly.
Yes, you are.
Let's-
Lucky you're pretty.
Oh.
It's meant as an insult.
Luckily, I am pretty. But I will just take that part of it. Let's go and look at another door.
Okay, next up, we'll pick the brown one next.
The other brown one.
Yes.
We like the brown one.
Yes.
So, you open it this time, husband.
Okay, right. I'll go for the one opposite.
You go for the one opposite.
Yes.
You open it, and there's a small explosion, and you take 1 point of damage.
Fucking fucks! How did you know that was going to happen?
Oh, I didn't. I'm just seeing if I can help you out, and I cast a quick healing word.
Ooh, what's
No, I don't actually, because that's a level 1 spell.
Okay.
I just rub his shoulder.
It's actually, it's a bit lower, actually.
I rub his knee.
No, a bit higher.
I say, I can't help you there.
It's on the belly. I burnt my belly.
Look, let's find out why you had an explosion on you and only done 1 hit point of
Explosion
damage.
on you. Oh no, there was an explosion on you.
It seems like this door has been trapped by the...
There must
by
be
the
good
kobolds.
shit inside here if they've trapped it.
No, not with them. It's not.
Do you think it's another poo room?
It's probably just an empty room. Go inside. You can be blown up in your face next.
Okay. I give you a look of condolence and I push the door open.
Okay. Inside you see just piles and piles and piles of clothes.
Clothes!
Wonderful.
Is there any fabric that matches the colour of the fabric that I've already got for my...
Old and musty, yes, but you're not getting any magical hits from any of this stuff.
I'm going to get anything velvety that I can find for my husband's hat.
In a similar colour, a similar grey?
No. Just any colour.
Well, there's lots. There's generally the darker tones.
I'm going to
browns
go
and stuff.
for anything indigo, violet, purple, navy blue. or light blue.
Just one of those, Maddie.
You're more common to find something sort of navy blue, that dark colour.
Yeah. And then I put it in my pack and I try and figure out, or maybe use an insight to see why anyone would have booby-trapped a room full of old clothes.
Okay, roll it.
Oh, and that's a 16. A 16 plus 2, 18 insight.
Based off some of the other things you've seen booby traps, you think that they just might be doing things to either practice traps or just be just genuinely annoying to people that aren't in their own little...
I remember at the beginning of this campaign, loads of random shit was trapped.
Oh, yeah. Throughout the campaign, things have been trapped. Do you remember Godar, the guard that sat on the box that was going to
For no apparent reason.
Yes, and I had to summon
Apart
a hurricane
from
to blow him off.
The Die Hard 2 callbacks.
Yeah, I heard you blur. Lethal Weapon 2.
Oh, Lethal Weapon 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm dissatisfied with my investigation. I come out and I say, don't worry, husband, we've got some fabric for your hat.
Right, well, we need some fabric to cover up my burnt belly, don't we?
I go and get a big red sash and I tie it around his belly like a cummerbund.
Oh, very fancy.
Da-da-da-da! You look like an even
It's a
mightier
dark
wizard.
reddy brown, but yeah, that's
Crimson. A crimson cummerbund for my husband.
Good luck with this, Alice, when you're drawing these characters.
I say, Methuselah, you're getting a little bit carried away,
What do you mean?
I'm not going to rub your penis area.
I specifically said my belly.
Yes,
Don't
well,
be so gauche.
okay, I will be less gauche, but...
What do you mean penis? You think I have a penis coming out my belly button?
Well, you're a wizard.
What are elves like?
I don't know where wizards' penises extend from.
They're crotch.
They're
I'm
magic.
a bloody human.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I just, I don't, it makes me uncomfortable. Penises.
Oh, good. You're the one that brought it up.
Meanwhile,
there are 2 doors that you haven't looked at, or do you want to go back to the main room?
Oh no, I want to hear the end of this. Let's get this shit out of the way.
let's open these 2 doors at the same time.
Yes, okay.
Okay, you open that one.
Okay.
I'll open this
Okay,
one.
all three.
One, two.
Who's left, who's right?
I'll do left.
I'll do right.
One,
1, 2, 3.
three.
Open!
I don't open it.
Fickle, you open a door and there is no explosion. And inside are some very large barrels.
Oh, I go in and I close the door behind me.
Rude.
And I quickly scout and see what kind of thing is in the barrels.
So roll your investigation again.
18. I'm doing some good rolls.
You recognise
21.
these barrels from when you were in the stocks.
It's not the turkey lurkey
Yeah,
thingamabobbity doody dardy wingly wongly wangly.
that beer, yeah.
Turkey beer.
And they drunk it and they all got poisoned, didn't they? And fell asleep.
There was one barrel that gas came out of.
Yeah, the smelly one.
I open the door and I say, Methuselah, I found some turkey lurkey delicious buttery beer.
Maybe we could use it in some kind of scheme.
Is there any way of testing it to see if it's...
Yes, where's Tully?
Can you check for any magic? You're a wizard.
Yes, I don't really have detect magic, but...
Could
I can
you-
see
So
it.
You could do an arcana check.
Some of them are full and some of them are empty.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and distill what's in this. So I'm going to have a look and a smell and a poke.
Is this Arcana check or
Yes.
what? Yeah.
Oh no! 10.
You're not getting any Arcana type hits off these.
Just
magic-y.
alcohol-y hits.
Fecal, I think it's fine to try this. Do you want to have a go?
Yeah, I'll have a go.
Idiot! Not an idiot!
I take out my little travel spoon.
So
So it's only a little
So
spoon.
I had used these are barrels that you'd need to tap and
Oh, do we have a tap? No.
you could just crack it at the top, you could cut it open, or I had you just detect
What?
your magic in the sort of room.
Okay. Yeah, we can get. Yes, I got a knife. I can just pry
Yeah.
the top off.
So I
Pry the
have.
top off.
He pries the top off.
Big barrels, these are like
Okay, I pry something off.
you just want to stab through the
Yeah.
wood, break in wood. Okay, you
Yeah.
take but you take one of the iron bits of bar and you smash in a hole at the top and you've got access to liquid in it.
Okay. What does it smell like?
It smells like turkey worky beer.
Okay. Can I get
get-
my face in closer and smell it? And see
Yeah.
if I can detect anything?
When his face is quite close to the beer, I teasingly push it in the beer. Affectionately.
You're so funny, wife. Do you want to smell?
Okay, I'll have a smell. I smell the beer. Oh,
So-
it smells good.
Methuselah's beard is a little bit wet, and you you tongue it a little bit.
Hang on, which one of them tongues the beard? Sorry.
I don't know, actually. Yeah.
Someone's not Prudy McFickle over here, is it? Don't run my belly.
And from the smell, you recognise it's just normal turkey worky beer.
I mean, that's the way to test it. Put his face into it and make him lick his
But
beard.
can it be like a slow-mo montage? Like we're like, oh...
I don't think it can be a montage because only one thing's happened over 10 seconds. So no, I literally don't think it can be a montage.
Just loads of different cuts of that same
Yeah,
shot.
it's really an action replay more than anything.
Was your head going back and you're smiling just repeatedly?
If your head come out and you shake your head like in a coat... No, like a running on the beach and all the water goes back off your hair. I'm getting carried away.
No. My hair wouldn't be moving if someone hurried up and made me a hat.
Okay, so I think I'm going to taste a little bit of the beer. Now he's had his face in it as well. With my travel spoon, I have a sup.
Okay, yeah, it tastes like normal beer.
Does it taste like very alcoholic beer or just like a normal...
No, it tastes like normal beer, which
Okay.
would lead you to believe that perhaps they had done something to it before what happened in Dulasar
Okay,
happened.
so these barrels have not been tampered with. How much are they worth each, do you reckon? Were we to...
What it cost?
Were we
What do you think our mission is?
If you were going to sell them?
Were we to
I want to know how they got them up the steps.
were we to successfully, fight, do the thing, we could potentially get our horses and get all this out. If they're worth 350 gold each, we could,
Let's,
that's our future.
should we end our curse first and then we can maybe talk about that?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Like, rather than trying to do both and maybe not succeeding at both, why don't we do the one which stops us from dying?
What's in your room anyway?
I don't know, I didn't open the door.
Why didn't you open the door?
Because I was worried about you, dear.
Oh, come on then. Let's go and do it together.
You can't open it. It appears to be locked.
Time for a fireball or whatever you do.
Well, I could do a bonfire, but again, it's rather suspicious, isn't it?
Can you pick locks?
Maybe. No.
No. Okay. Well, I'm not satisfied to leave a door unopened. Curiosity is...
Yes. I mean, it's obviously locked because there's something good in there.
That's what I'm thinking. Could we kick the door in? You know who could kick the
I
door in?
know. I know. One of those orcs.
Well, I was thinking one of the monks.
Oh,
They're
yes.
very kicky.
Yes, they do. Are you trying to tire them out before they get onto you?
No, I've
'Cause-
apologised.
I'm going to be honest, Fickle. It seems like they don't give a shit about you being my sham wife. I think they're still going to kick the shit out of you.
I'd really rather not be kicked, especially if they kick me in the bum. That would be really embarrassing. It's bloody painful.
Why don't you tell them about the other pairs? That will derail this episode longer.
What pairs?
Were there more pairs in that room you looked at? Were there?
I think there are probably crates of them. I'm scared now.
I think it'll really help us with our mission.
Hang on a minute. Can I just ask the DM? Were there other pairs in that room?
That we saw.
From like 4 episodes ago, yes, I think so, yeah.
So do you think if I tell them about the other pairs in that room, they're going to forgive me? I think they're going to go nuts that I haven't mentioned it to this point because I forgot.
I know what. If they kick the shit out of you, tell them about the pairs and I'll leave you alone, won't they?
Oh, as long as they
That's
don't
not a
kick
bad
me in the
idea.
bum or the eyes.
Well, they
Or the
will.
nose.
That's what they trained for. The bum and the eyes.
I heard
The
that
2
rumour.
weak points.
I heard that rumour too.
Yes.
I'm terrified.
Okay, so if they kick you,
I'm just going to tell them about
I'm
the
not going
bloody
to step
pairs.
in because I don't believe in I believe in gender equality.
Good man. That's a good
So if they
quality.
start beating you up, I'll just let it go.
I think that's correct. Probably the right thing to do.
And you just shout about there being other pairs.
Now you've reminded me of the other pairs. I'm just going to have to tell them there are other pairs.
Just keep it secret.
No, secrets
Yes.
I've done. The secrets is what have got us here. Certain certain secrets.
Yes, look what happened to the bloody people that had us in stocks. They're all dying. Our secrets and our skullduggery is what's keeping us alive.
Oh yes, I think you're probably right. Okay. Well, look, when I see his little face, I'm going to look at his face.
Yes.
And if his face
His psychopathic face.
if his
The
little...
little psychopath's face.
Well, they can't help being little. And I will make a judgment and just...
Yes.
I feel if he knows there are pears here and he can help the pears, that's his main thing in life.
Yes.
So we should be sympathetic to that.
Okay, but also it will hurt us because he won't be there to protect us from the orcs.
Well, if he knows that it's the orcs that have left them up there to rot, and probably put them next to the poo room. The fruit room is next to the poo room. How disrespectful is that?
Seems appropriate. Why don't we get him to kick the door in? But we'll keep it secret for now, yes?
I don't know. When we see his little face, I'll know, and you'll know too.
I'll know that we should keep it secret.
I'll know. We don't know what's going to happen till we see his face.
Okay.
So do we call him then?
Yes, but I might make him wear a mask.
Can you do message? So we could...
I hate to tell you, I am wearing a mask. I'm wearing a beekeeper's... Oh, no, take it
No, you
off.
took it off.
I took it off.
Oh,
I
no.
might pop it back on.
There's a climb up a rope ladder would have been significantly
Yeah.
easier.
Let's go get him to kick this door in. Okay?
Yes.
Alright, off we go. We go back and see how Bernum's doing.
We're just still... Me and Tully are plotting how to climb up.
Okay.
Bernum, Fickle has something to ask you.
Yes, what do you need, Fickle?
Bella, there's a crate of rotting pears upstairs next to the poo room.
Upstairs?
What's she meant?
We've not been upstairs.
He's lying! What a liar!
Bernum, I need to tell you something, but I also need you to kick a door in.
Hang on, tell me about these pears first.
Well, there's pears here in this building, which I discovered but I forgot about. And they're all rotten, and now I found a locked door, and I'm worried that they've put good pears behind the locked door.
So, hang on, where are the first pears that you heard about?
You know the poo room?
Oh my god!
Next to the poo room, there was a room with lots of rotten fruit in it.
Right.
You didn't find any pears in there, but I did find some, and I forgot because I put some in my bag, and I'm really worried that there's now a locked room in which there might also be pears.
Right, okay, so I'm going to have to deal with the pears that I can get to first. Your locked room is no longer really any concern of mine.
Well, we'll come with you.
Okay, how many pears do we think there are, DM? I mean, you can choose. You looked at me like,
think,
oh no, there's so many. Just take less.
Well, yeah, there's probably about 10 maybe.
10 individual pears.
Like, yeah, but they're in a basket.
Oh, so we'll go to... Me and Tully will go to the room. We'll weep for 5 minutes.
Can we go with
obviously.
them?
For each pair.
Yeah, 50 minutes weeping. No, 5 minutes. We'll weep as we go. Oh, the pears! Why did they leave them to rot? Why are they so close to the poo room? Why? Tully, what have they done? It's alright, Tully. I know you're crying so much you can't speak. Oh, Tully. Oh.
Tully definitely can't speak because he's crying.
So I get Tully to hold one end of the crate, and we go to where we buried the other pears, and we go and host a whole nother pear funeral.
We come with them this time.
Okay. Yeah, you go outside, back to the scorched body of the orc, back to the dead kobold, and the original pair, and you pick us.
Just next to it,
Next
we
to
leave
it.
a little gap so I don't accidentally dig up the whole pears.
No, because obviously you wouldn't want to desecrate the.
Then we kneel down like dogs and dig with our paws.
I start
Slightly bigger hole this time, I think.
I start singing the pear funeral song.
Okay, yep.
Are we like undercover behind enemy lines?
Yeah, we are, but...
Should we see
I say,
the pear?
Methuselah, the pears! And then I prod him like, the pears.
Yes, we're burying them, so that's fine.
Me and Tully
I've-
rolling our eyes and shaking our heads at each other like it's going to help now.
I've learned
too
my
little,
lesson.
too late.
I've learned my lesson, Methuselah. I respect the pears now. I've changed.
Yes.
We'll learn your
It's
lesson.
brown nose. Wait, what does that mean?
I've got one lesson I can still teach.
Wait, who's that directed at?
Don't know one in particular.
All right. I think they might still be quite violent, Fickle.
I know.
Well, Toddy isn't. He's
So
fine.
No, man, you wait. He's seen a pear be desecrated now.
the burial of these pairs goes as planned.
Oh, that's good.
You.
Fuck for that.
How much can go wrong?
Oh, one time we buried a monk accidentally, and the pair was at the funeral. It was exactly the last thing we wanted to happen.
There's no sign from a celestial sign and no glowing pips this time. But you do feel a holiness within you that you have put to right a massive wrong.
Now, we must go and free these other pairs. And me and Tully run back to start kicking this door in.
Right, so you go back to the door and you...
He walks them back.
Do you have a look at it all, or you just straight...
Just immediately start just running kicks straight away. No thought, no logic,
Right.
no sense.
Methuselah is shaking his head.
20. I am so amped up for this door! There are pairs in here, Fickle. God help your soul!
So you go to the door, you'll go back as a group. Tully and Bernum, you stand next to the door and you look directly into each other's eyes, and then both, as one, karate kick at the same time the door in exactly the same places, but just slightly apart on the door, and the door just blows in like it's been C4'd or something.
I shout super kick party.
You do, yeah. Super Pie Party!
Super kick party! Neither of us got it right. I think I said super pick papa.
I was going for Super Pie Party.
Well, what's in this room, DM?
So, as you kick the door off, it sort of lands flat down on the boom, and you just see a load of dust just go thump up into the air. This is a room that has not been entered for a long time. With the door on the floor, you can actually see that this door was both, it appears that it's been locked conventionally with a proper lock on the door, but also like hinges have been put on the outside, or not hinges, but like L-shaped securing on the outside.
Kind of braces. On the
Yeah.
outside. So the door has been locked and then reinforced from the outside,
Yeah,
and we just kicked that in.
yeah.
Are there any pairs in here?
Inside, an incredibly dusty room. Quite bare compared to the rest of the place around here. But the thing that strikes you immediately upon entering is a large chest in the centre of the room and two ornate suits of armour at the very back of the room, stuck in just a pose with a poleaxe.
Immediately run over and I try and open the chest.
Wait! It might be one of those chests which isn't a chest, but it's some kind of shapeshifter that pretends to be a chest and it eats you when it opens!
Oh no. I stop and is there anything on the floor? Any like bits of like rubble? Any the door broken in any way?
The door, you've broken the door.
So is there bits of broken? Like is there bits of
You
wood?
want something to grab.
Just something handheld. Like a bit of
you
wood.
could find.
I take one of the L-shaped bracers.
Yeah,
Is they broken off? I
Yeah.
throw it at the chest.
it hits the chest and bounces off.
Then I run over to try and open the chest.
Okay.
What if the suits of armour become possessed?
No, I'm not looking at them. And I fling open the chest.
Okay. Let's take a pause there. So you run forward.
Flip open the chest.
You try to flip open the chest, and it does indeed jump. It turns from what appears to be a chest into a gaping maw of a mouth.
I fucking called it!
You fucking did. You did this last time. Remember when we were walking in one of the other campaigns? You're walking towards a bridge, and there's a fucking troll. You were like, "Oh, there's a troll." And I was thinking, "You fuck! You completely ruined what I had planned." Like,
I told you I was going to eat you, Bernum!
I kick it.
so it's gone to bite you.
But if you knew it might be a mimic, surely.
What?
I don't think he could have stopped Bernum rushing forward.
I did say stop it's a mimic, and then he went, okay, tapped it, and then ran into it.
A 16.
Against my armor class, that's
Yes.
a hit.
That's a hit.
Oh, God.
Okay.
He's going to be
got the
swallowed
pencil.
whole. Because he's so small. No, he's going to cut you. He's going to swallow you.
I'm not that small. I'm halfling, not gnome.
And that is 7 damage.
Oh, that's quite a lot. Oh. Okay. Have we got to roll initiative now?
Yes, you do.
Oh, I fucked that. I fingered it on the way down.
2.
That's a good roll, isn't it? 14.
So, Fickle, are you fighting?
I must. Okay, save this hoary. Okay, so I'm gonna use. Well, actually, I could use magic. No, I'm gonna use my longsword because.
What did
No.
chest roll?
What's your initiative?
Initiative, Mira.
Sorry, I was on my phone, everybody.
Yes, we knew.
6, 7. No. What's my initiative? So it's going to be 18.
I was like, mine was 5 overall. I get a plus 3.
5 overall. 18.
Do you want me to roll up Tully's?
Yes, please.
Mine's 17.
Tully rolled a 4. So someone goes after Bernum.
Well, of course, he had to wait for you, didn't he?
Yes.
Mine was 17 DM in case you didn't too.
I thought you said 18. Oh,
Yeah.
14.
No, yes, I didn't add my free on.
Ah, okay. So
Oh, yeah,
Fickle.
sorry, mine is 19.
Sorry, mine's 24.
Wait till he writes the numbers. Wait till he writes the numbers so he has to scribble them out and rewrite them. And wait till he's put them all in order.
Huh?
Give me my phone back.
We're in a fancy universe where phones don't exist, so...
Oh, I feel like Jules has put it up his t-shirt.
Well, perhaps it's all somewhere worse.
Up, certainly.
Yes.
Oh dear.
No, lucky if you hadn't put it down anywhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there's one up that's worse.
So, Fickle, it is your turn.
So describe the site of the monk foot and the chest.
So, the monk has gone to open it. Hands have gone down to the latches on there. As
Yeah.
he's flicked the latches, it's just turned into a gaping maw of a...
Has it bitten me arms?
It has... Oh, yes, because this was an attack,
Does it
wasn't
hold
it?
on, though?
So, yes, it is... no, in this instance, it hasn't.
Just mash me arms.
It is. It's this gaping maw, not with teeth, but you can see it's cavernous like a mouth, and it's just slammed down on his hands and really hurt his little tiny fingers.
South people.
It really hurt. It
Yes.
really hurt, actually.
Yes.
Someone's broken me
I
for
mean, there's a lesson to learn here. Isn't there?
So he hasn't kicked at all. It's just literally attacked him. He hasn't.
I ran up to try and open it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I told him not to because it was a mimic. And then he opened it and it was a mimic.
I mean, like clairvoyance.
So Fickle dashes in with her short sword. So her long sword, and because none of her spells will do anything good, and just smashes the back of the chest. So the hinges.
Okay.
Which is not very, doesn't go very well. With 5 being my attack roll. But it is a chest. It doesn't have legs, does it?
No, sorry. It's the 5's not a hit.
Okay. Just
So
checking.
this, as you go down with the sword, the animal.
It's a spell app
Oh, okay.
that is on my phone. It is on my phone, however, it's a spell app. And thank you for locking my phone while I was trying to pick what spell to use.
So you Fickle runs forward with a swipe of the sword, and this what looks like a chest sort of grows legs and sort of dodges out the way, and it's clearly some sort of actual animal shape-shifting variety.
It doesn't have legs.
It is, yeah. It's now tottled along and it moved a little bit out of the way so that you didn't hit it.
Who's next?
Who's next? It is Methuselah.
Oh, lucky you got your spell app open.
Yes, it is, isn't it? So I'm in a doorway. How big is this room? How far away is this mimic bastard from me?
Only about 10, 15 foot.
Bollocks. I don't really know what to do with it, to be honest. I mean, I could
Well,
create a
I would
bonfire.
suggest you shut the door and run away, but nope, that's not an option anymore.
I think we could outrun a mimic. We could just climb up that rope ladder.
I think so. I think this is the orc's problem now. I mean, to be honest, what I was going to do if Fickle hadn't run in there was vine whip Bernum to pull him away from it. Then we could have all run away.
Oh,
That's fine.
communicate, dear heart.
No, I wanted to see what was going to happen. I'd love you all to get eaten by this mimic. No, I don't have anything good. I will move further away and then fawn whip it so it's not next to me. So my fawn whip pulls it, if I'm successful, obviously. Well trained in fawn whip. I pull it 10 feet closer to me.
I see.
So in this case, it would be next to me, which would be bad.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do is I'll move further away and try and pull it from outside the door. Do you think I could do that?
I think if it was successful, you'd also get 2 reaction attacks.
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, yes. Where's Tully as well?
Well, he's not yet.
Is he not in the room? I don't know if he'd run in with me. He kicked the door down.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he was waiting for your lead.
Yeah. Thorn, whip.
Yay! Can't remember how that works. Oh! Yes, so what happens when you roll a 1 again? What does that one mean?
I think your Vine Whip might become Noodle Whip, and it might...
Noodle whip.
Because in this situation, normally it just attacks the people nearby to it.
Roll up that botch! 73.
63!
Ooh, I think that's just under, isn't it?
63. On the botch table, that's botch miss fall prone.
Who's falling prone?
You?
I mean, I'm vine whipping the chest.
Yeah, so you tripped up, leaned forward to whip, to
It's
Vine
not
Whip
like I
it.
missed some vine whip, Fickle or Bernum, is what you're saying.
No, I think it was higher, that might be the case.
I've never want to fuck over their colleagues so much.
Well, I'm pretty game with.
Alright, yeah, fine, let's just roll.
Roll it, yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
Fickle won't notice. That's fine.
On a 0 to 33, it's Fickle. On a a 34 to 66, it's Bernum. And
67 above.
it'd be
90
you.
plus.
100, exactly. Fuck me. You're lucky. 100, so that's you. You are falling over.
This is outrageous.
I mean, what can I say?
Outrageous. Right.
But also, what are the chances of that?
1 in 100.
Wow. Great maths.
Inspiration point.
Great maths.
Oh, I've got 2 of those. I should have used one earlier. Oh, I've not got the attack coming up.
So, Methuselah stands forward, has this great idea, which would have worked out beautifully. Goes to whip forward. The whip comes out, but he sort of over-eggs it a little bit and takes himself off his feet, landing flat on his face in the entrance to the floor. To the floor? To the room.
Whose turn is it now?
Oh, shit.
It is the turn of the rug, which was underneath the chest.
Shut up. Seriously?
Everything's fucked in this room.
Yeah. Anyone would have thought, oh, crap. Drop everything. Anyone would have thought that they'd barred it so that people didn't go in, but,
Kick the door down.
And that is a 14 to try and grab Bernum.
Against my AC?
It's against your AC.
Fuck him up the A. I'm not
it's a miss.
Avoid a rug.
He just jumps in the air squealing. Oh, fucking hell, the rug's alive as well.
Does he go scouts with it?
Fucking hell, mate, chicken and chips.
So, yeah, this rug goes up on its bottom almost paws, should we say? Like bottom corners, and
tries to grab me.
Stands up as a 6 foot, tries to wrap you up inside itself. Doesn't work.
Well, thank that for that.
And now, Bernum.
Right, I'm just going to run and kick his chest as hard as I can.
You don't need to run anywhere, you're next to it.
I don't wear shoes.
No, you
It's just
don't.
me punting as hard as I can a wooden box.
No, you're not punting a wooden box.
Mimic.
You're punting a mimic with something with your feet, which you don't wear shoes, and with which the mimic always opens its mouth and eats whatever goes near it.
I'm kicking it.
Sorry, I just punched the microphone and got carried away there.
16 plus 5.
That is a hit.
Right.
Who'd have thought it?
And that does 6 damage.
6
And then I
damage.
spend a key point to do it again.
Flurry of blows!
Flurry of blows. 19, so that's a hit. 16
So hang on, how was the first damage? 6?
6 was the first damage. 4 was the second damage. And one final kick. Oh, no, I don't think that's going to be a hit. 11.
No.
And then the last time I just shrug and kick at it like, you prick.
You're a prick.
Oh, thank you. Tully, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Where is Tully?
Tully.
He's in the doorway.
Tully now steps over the prone body of Methuselah and runs over to the chest.
Yes.
But initially he sort of he shouts to Bun, "Do you want me over there?"
Yes.
And he runs over
Be more Bernum, be less Tully.
and tries to do a flying drop kick.
Yes. More Bernum.
And he rolls. What's your plus, Burnham?
5.
He misses.
Be more Bernum. Be more Bernum.
He misses the chest. It sort of shapeshifts and dodges a little bit, and he ends up on his knees, but then scrambles quickly to his feet. Some would say you might have this shape-shifting box surrounded.
Some might say that, but luckily we're not those guys. Whose turn is it?
It is Fickle. No, it's not. It's the box.
Oh, fuck off, box.
Right. So as Tully goes for this dropkick and misses and lands on the floor,
Tully.
the mimic spins round,
Oh, Tully.
jumps up in the air, and goes to try and fully encapsulate Tully within him.
No, he's going to
Almost, some
swallow
might
him.
say, in a grapple.
Oh, no.
And rolls a... What's your AC? I'm trying to work out Tully's.
15.
Oh, right. He rolls a 15 plus something, so that is...
Oh, no, Tully.
And Tully is grabbed by this mimic, and
Every
is
episode, you don't know what's going to happen.
almost half his half his body, his upper half, is now inside.
He's up.
this
Hang on,
mimic.
he came feet first. He was drop kicking.
Ah, yes, so his bottom half... I mean, that's somewhat more horrendous because you can see his face. Is-
That's fine. At least he can punch it. If it's his leg sticking out, he's in trouble more.
Why? He's better at kicking, though.
Well, yeah, not backwards.
we could punch from the inside, then.
Well, this is a good point.
And yeah, he can
But now
kick
he
from
can
the
kick from
inside.
the inside.
Yeah.
And I can still give him some orders.
So his bottom half is now encapsulated in this mimic.
Right,
And he is
okay.
grabbed.
Don't forget the rug's alive as well.
Fickle!
So Fickle is watching it aghast, and she's looking at the rug.
Is her
and
jaw dropped?
No.
How is she aghast then?
An eyebrows raised.
Oh.
I don't know. I'll come back to you on that, DM. So,
But your one was not right. What you said was wrong. Yeah, fuckwit.
thank you, Daniel.
Yeah,
Right.
we're all in it together now.
Yeah. Oi, oi. So where Fickle rushed in to chop at the mimic, obviously the rug kind of came up after that. So where is the rug? What is closer to her?
You would say that they're equidistant if
Okay.
you wish to attack
If
either.
I hack at the back of the chest, do I think I have a clear shot, or is that going to call? Am I going to like basically hit Tully?
He's
is
being
my
grabbed
question.
by... No, you reckon you could hit the mimic. Because you can only see... You can't see his lower half of his body. So you'd have to go through the mimic to get him.
But she's not going to hit his top half accidentally.
Unless I get a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go.
Or you really want to and make me roll it.
Oh man, you know what you asked me to with my microphone? My shoulder just brushed it, so thanks for that.
Fuck's sake!
They didn't move it well enough
I
then.
mean...
So I'm going to.
You were aghast then and your jaw dropped.
How dare you?
I said we don't do this podcast anymore. I'm sick of it.
So I rush into battle, but before I do, I use one of my bardic inspirations and I shout to Bernum for the pears, which gives you a plus
Ooh,
something.
I don't know.
I'll look it up as soon as I've done the play. But basically, one of my bardic inspirations goes to
Okay.
Bernum.
Wonderful.
And then I roll my attack against the mimic, which is
Yes.
a bit dreadful.
Well, no, that's all right.
I think I must have written this down wrongly on my sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've given myself a +1 to a longsword attack, so that would make it 11 to hit.
Isn't it longsword's strength though, isn't it?
That must be why then.
Yeah, I think because longsword uses strength, not dex.
That's a fucking dumb idea of mine.
What weapons do bards usually use?
Dagger.
Short sword, surely.
I don't know.
Oh, well, it's a
We haven't
longsword
got-
now.
Yeah, we haven't got those.
No.
on us.
That's
I've got a crowbar you could borrow.
That's a miss. So the sword blade comes down towards the floor, and it looks like it's going to be a true hit, and then just part of the shapeshifter just disappears, and it just clangs off the floor.
I say, oh fuck.
I turned to... no, Tully's not here, is he? He's inside the
Well,
chest.
he's half there.
I
Top
go,
armor's there.
I thought that looked too big for you, dear.
What's Tully got to do with that?
Well, I thought Tully was near me, but I remember he drop kicked the chest that ate him.
Why would I
Which
give,
I also told him would happen, didn't I?
Yeah.
why would I give myself a longsword? No, you start with the following equipment. A longsword.
They
So that's on page
Messed up with
52
you
of the
there,
player's
didn't they?
handbook. I messed myself up. I'm now going to go onto the weapons table to find out about the...
Right, whose go is it next?
It is Methuselah.
Well, Methuselah thinks he's just going to wait this one out, maybe.
on the floor.
Well, he's going. Well,
Could you bonfire the rug? Because that might
yeah,
help.
I'll bonfire the rug. Why not? Let's try and bonfire the rug. Where's the rug at the moment?
Standing up next to
Oh, maybe not.
Bernum, isn't it?
You wait till you grab me.
Yeah.
I tell you what would make the rug's attacks more vicious is if it was on fire.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't thought about that.
Oh no.
So maybe not. Maybe I will just cast.
Can you Thorn Whip again? Is it cantrip?
Yeah, I might cast Mage Armor, which is an action.
Okay. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, because
All about number one.
I'm not in the fight, so
Yeah, if you could join in, it'd be really useful.
But the target's AC becomes 13 plus its Dex modified. Would that help any of you? No, not really.
No, they'd only up mine by 1.
Yes. And what
Could you do it
about
on
you?
yourself?
Well, I could, but I'm fine.
I'm looking up for a bardic inspiration. What are you offering me?
Mage armor.
13 plus your dex
modifier.
for our armour.
Yeah, let's do that on me because at the moment my armor is 13.
And what would it be
what's your
with...
Dex?
Dex
Plus
is plus
2.
2, so it'd be 15.
Okay, I'll sneak up behind old Fickle and touch her on the bum.
Okay, so you go into the room.
I fart inadvertently out of shock.
You go
Nothing's
into
inadvertent if you call it.
you go into the room. You movement up to Fickle.
Yeah.
I
wanna
with
sneak.
Fickle in between you and
I
any of
want
the
to
enemies.
sneak up behind her.
What's
I'll
the...
roll it.
Fuck's sake.
Just quickly while you're rolling that, you get
16 plus 2.
Danny gets a d6 dice to roll, and you can add that to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Fantastic. Well, I will use it at some point, I'm sure.
To escape for chest, that's easy.
You have
19 stealth.
You've stealthed up behind her.
Yeah,
Right, and then I touch her on the bum to give her mage armor.
I go.
No, because you don't know I'm there.
No, when I feel you touch me, I let loose.
Is it that light a touch?
Yes, she feels nothing.
I mean, what's the point of touching her then?
To give her mage armour.
Yeah, she's
Right.
got mage armor now.
You're such a wally.
You suddenly feel stronger, and you.
I touch her with my shillelagh.
The shillelagh that had Teddy's head on it. That's
Yes!
Have this, wife, this bloody
We're
stick.
fighting a mimic and you're pissing about poking Fickle.
What do you like? Okay, yeah.
Well, I just got mage armor now. What's the problem?
No, nothing. Nothing. Right, it's the rug's turn. I mean, like, why would it not be? I mean, yeah. Rug is now gonna see that Tully is prone on the floor. And
Yes,
is gonna
fuck him.
jump over to try and smother Tully's upper half.
I mean,
which
as long as
will
they grab
give
it,
you.
we can punch the thing to
How
death.
do you think this mimic and the rug became friends?
I don't know.
They must have just had a lot in common,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Which will give you an opportunity attack.
Wonderful. I will take it.
Do you want to do that now?
I can do. Nope.
Nope. So Burnham goes for a little punch. Rug just goes no, and it leans back, does the whole like Matrix thing, goes underneath and just keeps going, and actually flips round, so it's now walking on its other side, like proper Matrix Rug style. Rolls a total to grab of 12. That'll be versus Tully's Dex.
Oh, he'd get advantage because Tully's grabbed. Let's just be fair.
Yes. That's very honest of you. 4, so it didn't really matter.
My dex is 17. So I guess Tully's would be around that somewhere.
Yeah, about 50. I think that's going to be a miss. So he ends up standing next to Tully.
Tully just has a sit.
At some point, we're actually going to have to give... If Tully survives this, we're going to have to give him some proper stats.
It's rude.
'Cause at the moment, I'm just doing you -2.
I think
Because he's
Tully's plus 1.
2 levels below you, is he?
I don't. Well, no, he's
In the
1
order.
level below me. A Magnum's 2 levels below me.
Right.
It goes a Magnum, then a Tully, then a Burnham.
Yes.
We know the structure. And at some point, I said a full structure, but and a bell bottom's at the bottom.
Yes.
That's all I remember.
I'm just,
Elton John is the top, isn't it?
maybe I should have added this
Yeah, it was Elton
yeah.
John.
efficiency bonus to that.
Oh, maybe. Yes.
Right, is it?
Sorry, it's Burnham's turn, yes. Burnham and Tully, interchangeable.
I'll go to kick the mimic again. 8. I'll roll my +6 onto that there. 2. No. 15.
Tie.
Defense wins.
Well, I'll use one of my inspiration points and roll that again then.
Yep.
Don't forget you've got a plus D6 on yours.
That was with that. And I missed.
He's not. I think he's a bit flustered because Tully's inside the box.
For fuck's sake, get Tully out of the box! Get Tully out of the box!
I wish we were just starting to get on.
Well, Tully said it's been munched. He's like, well, we were just starting to get on. It's live in the
Hey, this isn't my fault, Tully! I didn't put you in there. I did tell you to kick it.
Tully's turn.
Tully's turn, yep. Well, right. He's in the box. I don't know what he can do.
So
I'm not actually
he's,
Tully.
He's grabbed.
Can he punch it?
Yes.
What can he see inside the box?
His feet are in.
He's gone in feet first for a drop kick.
Yeah. So he can't move. He's going to try. Let's see what he would do. He's not going to try and run away. He's going to try and attack it.
Good old Tully, I taught him well.
And that is a 19. That is a hit. Your unarmed strikes are
1d4 plus 3.
So he does 3 damage.
Yeah!
Right.
Back
to the chest. Oh,
Okay.
Are you going to speak?
I'm going to speak to... guys, I think we should just leave these things alone. Because
I'm not sure Tully can.
I know Tully's in the chest and everything. But what I'm saying is, when the orcs come back, they're going to be like, who smashed the door down? Why don't we just leave them roaming about and they'll think that these things did it, maybe?
Where do we go?
I don't know. I think we've kind of established there's nothing to do here. We looked down the giant well, there's nothing there. Teddy's down there investigating. We looked through all these rooms, there's nothing there. We haven't been up to the skylight, there's probably nothing there. It seems like there's nothing in this temple apart from a mimic that will eat us.
Okay, well, once we've got Tully out, we'll nip off and go home.
Alright then, does that sound good, Fickle?
I think I agree with let's get out of this room, definitely. Let's get Tully, close the door, and figure out something else to do.
Okay.
Whose turn is it?
It's the mimic's turn.
Yeah.
Of course it
And
is.
the mimic is going to try and encapsulate the other half of Tully.
It's going to make getting Tully more difficult.
And that's a miss.
Oh my god.
Okay, the mimic is going to... No, he's going to leave it. He's going to leave it there. He was considering trying to drag Tully around the floor, but it seems like he's surrounded.
I wonder how we read that on the mimic's face. We're looking at
Yeah.
him.
How big is this room?
I think we said that these rooms were about the same size as the one we're in now, which again doesn't help the listeners.
It's
like
just a
last time.
giant cavernous
It's about
hall.
11 foot by 11 foot.
Okay.
Let's say that way.
So let's just... There's nothing else in here. Let's
Well,
get...
we could get in a suit of armour. It'd be very difficult for him to eat us in a suit of armour, wouldn't it? And I think in a room where inanimate objects have taken a life of their own to attack us, going near the suit of armour is definitely a good idea.
I think you should go check that out.
The 2 suits of armour.
Yes.
Oh, sugar.
Okay, so whose go is it now?
It is Fickle.
Okay, so I'm reluctant to try my longsword again because that has had no good effect. And I don't think I've got time to switch weapons, have I? Really?
It's minor action, isn't it?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, bonus action is to switch weapons.
If they're on you, that's fine. I mean, if they're back at the village...
I mean, otherwise I'm going to feign death, so... I'm going
I get
to...
Fickle to feign death, I'm sure I'll let go.
Tully, you mean?
Yeah.
So Fickle drops her longsword and grabs her dagger and goes in again for the hinge area of the mimic.
Oh, don't be stabbed in the hinge.
God, I'm so bad at this. So that is going to be 11 to hit the mimic.
No, it's not a hit.
It's I've tied at 15, so we're going to need to hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm kind of like... Maybe we just try and pick the chest up and run out with it, the three of
I think
us?
it's going to slowly eat Tully, though. That's the problem. It really hurts when it does a successful attack.
Yeah.
Right, whose turn is it? It's the carpet now, isn't it?
It's
I know it's
Methuselah.
Methuselah, then it's the fucking rug.
Methuselah, I'm going to walk back out of the room.
Okay.
I've had enough of this shit. And I'm going to do a thorn whip on Tully.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, thorn whip. This is a funny one, isn't it? How do
No,
I do
you
thorn-
just did it. You roll to hit, don't you? Because
Yes.
you botched it.
Yes. Here we go. Oh, yes, it bloody works. 23.
Yay.
23.
Yeah.
And what's the damage?
1d6 piercing damage.
Better roll it up. And the opportunity attack that the mimic's now going to get as it's dragged away from him.
6. I'm sorry, I'm a very good wizard.
I mean,
Is there no exception to the damage? I mean, is there no option to not say it's not going to be damaging to that spell?
No, it's
It's
literally
a-
covered in thorns. It's razor-like, quite frankly. That's why it gets such a good grip.
Also, I'm not sure Methuselah's the sort of guy to negate damage when he can, even to a friend.
okay. Tully is hit by this thorn whip and is forcibly dragged out of the gaping maw of this mimic, who then tries to snap back down on his feet. And 15.
That's a tie.
That's a tie.
Oh, that was close.
That's a tie with me.
Doesn't manage to.
Oh, phew.
Well, it'd be a tie for you. Oh, yeah, but he's.
To you. It's not like I wear armour.
No, that's true.
We're not hungry people, we're dodgy people.
You are.
We're very dodgy.
I think what we'll say with that, manages to hold on but does no damage. So the mimic is dragged along the floor with him.
Oh,
towards
shit!
you.
Oh, shit!
With Tully's going, oh no!
If the mimic drags along the floor, do I get an opportunity attack against it?
Yes, he
Yeah,
does!
I've said it now, so yeah.
Yeah.
That's Ethical does. Ethical does. Get in the game.
18, that's a hit.
That is a hit.
And that does 7 damage.
Cool.
Oh, God.
Oh, you try harder.
I'm trying my hardest. I get 12, which is not a hit.
Nope, that is not a hit.
I just kick
You hear
the
it, you
chest
hear
once
it, you hear a
more.
little from the chest.
Alright, so we're making some progress. It's hard to tell when you're just kicking a wooden chest. No one just hurt it. I just kicked it repeatedly, hoping it's going to be kicked to death. It worked for it worked in other times.
Oh.
Oh.
Yep. And it is now the rug's turn.
Stupid rug. I hate this rug.
Who's nearby still? So it's both of you.
Yeah, we're still all in here. Sally's still.
It's a miss. It was tried to wrap itself round Burnham this time.
It's
but,
Bernum last time. He sent me twice.
No, it tried to go.
Oh, he
for
grabbed Tully as well, yeah. I'm just sort of not even bothered by the rug. I'm just sort of like, this rug's an idiot. I don't even know if you're like an enemy or just an annoying rug.
Burnham, it's your turn.
Right, I'm gonna fucking kick this rug at this chest again.
So the chest is away from you now because it's been. Wait. The chest is away from you because it's been dragged.
Okay, so I'll move over and kick it with my 20.
Okay, yep. But you'll take the opportunity attack first.
And that's fine.
Nope, that's a miss. Right, 20. Roll it up.
Something 1. 31, so just max damage, so
Which
7.
is 7. Burnham kicking the shit out of this chest.
Just kicking this chest as hard as I can, as often as I can.
Like it's a apple tree?
I punch apple trees, but yes.
Yes.
I'm imagining it's made of apple wood, like apple tree wood.
And the mix
furious.
actually wood.
No,
Or
they're
they're magic.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to my foot?
Yeah.
Fleshy, I think.
So it's just like a creature in the shape of a chest.
Yeah, it's a shape changer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, I just keep kicking it. This is all I'm about now.
Tully is still. Oh, do you proc anything off that, or because you just?
Flurry blows.
No, I can't. I'm out key
He's out of
points.
key.
Oh, you need
That was my
rest, don't
bonus special gold one I used.
you? Tully is now going to try and. He's sort of flipped out a little bit, and he really wants to get out of the chest.
He's been in it.
Burnham, help me! Burnham! And he starts scrabbling along the floor with his hands, trying to get out, trying to pull himself out.
Oh no, I do have key points left. It was the time before I used them all. I only killed the one orc. I won't use them this time, but I will use them. Because I only kicked that orc off the thing, didn't I? So I've got a key point now.
And it's 18, and he has broken the grasp, and he's out, and he crawls along the floor towards Burnham and ends up hugging your ankle.
back into the
Yeah,
room.
no, he should surely go out the room.
He'd have to go through the mimic to get that way.
No, he wouldn't.
Out, because he whipped him, pulled...
Oh, yes. Sorry, so he'd be facing the other way and the
Yeah.
mimic would between...
So
yes.
surely he'd
So
go
he goes
towards-
out and he hugs your ankle. He hugs
Hello,
Methuselah.
boy. Come to the powerful wizard.
I need saving.
Yes, you
I'm out of
do.
my depth.
Yes, you are.
Do your wizard stuff.
Sorry, what?
Do the wizard stuff.
Yes, I bloody will.
Whose turn is it? Chest. And he jumps back onto Tully's ankles.
Yeah, it seems like that's the way this is going to go.
Chest is going to... He's going to make for the doorway. So are you two outside? Are you outside the doorway now, Methuselah?
Yes, I moved past the doorway. Is what I was
Okay.
expecting. Basically, as far away as I could.
Okay, he
While still
movements to the doorway, out the doorway, and double movements out towards the outer door where you along the.
So he's
the
trying to
corridor.
flee. Oh, this is not happening.
Tully and Methuselah, you get opportunity attacks.
Oh, Tully wants to kick it. Get your revenge, Tully.
Tully misses.
Of course he does.
I'll go.
Can you shillelagh it?
I can as a bonus action. I'll cast Shillelagh. That's a play, but no, I suppose I don't get to do that on a
Oh, opportunity, yeah. No, you just have to
So that
bonk
was
it.
silly of me. I should have done that earlier. No, that's a miss. I'm just tapping at it. Bloody, get away!
And the mimic is at the external entrance.
I shout in the room. I dealt with the mimic.
Fickle, your turn.
So I'd just like to say, if I had levelled and chosen my spells, I would have chosen a fireball and I'd have chosen bestow curse, which in this situation would have been very helpful.
But you haven't levelled though. Have
Yeah,
For a rug.
maybe if you played the game better, you would have leveled. Maybe hitting things with your sword would have made you level
you?
quicker.
Yeah, maybe.
Not turning up to to a fist fight with the long swords.
Yeah, what's that about?
That's just a point of interest for anyone.
Well, yeah, point of interest. If it was interesting.
If I had God mode on, then I would just make the earth a more nice place.
Fine, I cast
you?
feign death. No, I don't. So basically, I've seen that the mimic's now on the run.
I love the thought of mimic licking it away. Look, this, I'm out of here.
What is the rug doing?
It was trying to grab Bernum.
So now both the monks are being attacked and try to be carried away.
It's obviously got a thing about small people.
I don't have any spells that will work on these creatures. I'm going to try another attack, which probably
Let's
won't
go
hit.
for it. It's a chance.
If in doubt, stab it.
Always get a 20.
Oh, no.
You get a 20.
That's a 14. So nothing happens again.
Yeah, that's a hit on the rug.
No one's attacked the rug yet.
Yeah, we've just left it do his thing.
That's a hit on the rug.
Because he's controlling rug, really, so...
All right, then.
Just tear it, don't you?
I don't think
try.
kicking it's going to help, though.
So 6 damage to the rug.
Okey-doke.
So how close are the rug and the chest to each other now?
The chest's gone.
Chest is out of the door.
Well, then in that case, I'm going to use my movement to run out the door as well.
Okay.
Which means the rug gets an opportunity attack, I would imagine.
Formal game of 3. So that's a miss.
Yes, and I'm out of the room.
You are next to Methuselah and Tully on the floor, grabbing onto Methuselah's ankle. Okay. Methuselah.
Well, have I won this match yet?
Which match?
Well, I feel like I've rescued Tully, proving how good I am.
Methuselah, can you thorn whip that chest back over here? Because I've got fucking unfinished business.
Well, since you are so nicely, I'd afford one.
Okay.
Oh no! 6 plus 5, 11, no! I just whip wildly into the air.
You hear a crack, and it hits in the air. Right, so rug is... So who's in there? It's just Bernum, then?
Yes.
Right, goes to grab Bernum. 18.
Yeah, that'll get me.
Right.
Rug.
You are restrained and blinded and at risk of suffocating.
For fuck's sake! This is much more dangerous than the mimic!
Right. And actually, it's your turn now.
No, well, can I try and break out?
I can
Well,
cast
wait.
bonfire.
At the start of your turns, this is before you get a chance to break out. You take 5 damage.
Oh, the tassels!
It's the smothering.
This is smothering me to death!
He's hit for
So-
5 damage.
Burnham is now, you can't see him, he is inside this rug, wrapped up, being smothered.
Wish I'd saved my bardic inspiration! Right, okay. Oh, the rug's really dangerous. Right, I rolled to get out. What am I rolling against?
Strength versus... roll it and then...
5 plus 1, but I'm going to use my second inspiration point and roll that again, because otherwise I'm dying inside a rug.
Hang on, I think you've used that already.
No,
I've
he's
got
got
2
2.
inspiration
Yeah,
points.
But you
two.
used 2.
No, I've used 1.
Because earlier you said I've used my second one in the episode last one.
When? Right.
He got the one from the pear.
Yes. He definitely has 2.
He used 1 inspiration point up the pyramid, didn't he?
Up the pyramid. What do you mean up the pyramid?
Maybe I'm mistaken. You're all looking at me like...
I think so. I'm trying to remember, honestly.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't think
I'm
so.
not saying I didn't.
Yeah.
Actually, this
The
is going to...
DM's going with it. Why
Okay.
are you doing this to me?
Carry on, as you were.
I don't remember. I trust you with the inspiration.
I've
I
got 2
think-
written down.
I think that you've all run out now after
Yeah,
this.
I'm fucked now. And that was a 19 plus 1.
And you're out.
Then I use my movement. I'll let him. Fuck. Oh no! I've got 1 key point left, so I spend my key point to disengage as a bonus action, and then I move away.
Nice. And you run to the doorway with all the
Yeah,
other
I get behind Methuselah and that lot.
So, as a group, how much health do you have left?
If this was 4E, I'd be bloodied.
Right. So you are, as a group, at the entrance to this room, and it is Tully's turn. And he stands up and says, Bernum, I don't know what to do.
Put the door back up! Put the door back up!
The door's in the inside of the room.
Run away!
It'd be amazing if the orcs would come back and we could just unleash these things on them.
I feel like that's something that's happened now.
Because I don't think we're staying here.
Yeah. I mean, there's a chest on the run. There's this rug.
Chest on the run.
I'm going to look back in the room. I'm going to take something like out of my backpack that's not kind of very valuable to me and just throw it at one of the suits of armour.
Okay.
Well, we tried that with the mimic, and the mimic ignored me having stuff thrown at it. And then I kicked it and it bit me.
So what
Don't
should
you have a bow and arrow? Do you have a bow and arrow?
I feel like I mean, I've got
You
proficiency.
did, and then you realised in one of the episodes you don't know how to use it.
No, I do. I've got proficiency in short bow. I think I realised I've got proficiency, but I hadn't got that equipment.
Right.
But I think I probably would have taken one for some of the corpses, and that's a great idea. So I used my short bow.
I thought you had a
bow.
short bow, but then you decided not to use it because you couldn't.
This is why I should listen to the episodes we've played in.
Yep.
Because when we met the Knolls, you had a short bow, and you're like, "Oh, I've just realised I don't know how to." No, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Don't tell me
Do
that's
my
how she really
voice.
sounds.
Do my voice.
I
This has been my mirror impression the entire time.
I've got this thing, but I don't know how to use it.
We'll do the heavy breathing.
I have proficiency in any simple
The
weapon.
third weapon change of the fight.
Longsword. That longsword's fucked now. That's should have been the
fickle
run.
by name, fickle by action.
Very good inspiration point, DM. Well done.
Thanks.
Well done.
Very
No,
good.
use that against us.
Yeah, I was going to say you might regret
I
that.
can use a hand crossbow.
We don't have one.
Why don't you
Are we
have
saying?
one?
I'm sure I have one. Did we not pick one up from a dead thing?
No one's fought us with
arrived with
Why are we even talking about a bow then?
Because you had one.
I'm just going to get a random bit of food out of my
Give it to me and I'll
backpack.
bloody do it.
You get some of the pear mush that's at the bottom. Oh, no,
no.
sorry. No, you don't do
I'm
that.
not doing that. So hang on. A minute.
Whoa!
I'm really, really confused. Do I or do I not have a bow?
I thought you had one.
You had one, yeah.
Okay, so the DM's saying I've got one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and use it.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Let's see what happens.
Is that a botch?
Classic.
Roll up the poison dice.
Why did you make me use a bow?
Why did we make you use the bow?
go. Off you go.
So the single numbers first.
I'm still really cross about my spells. 77.
Fuck. 77 is. Oh no, it's just botch, miss, fall prone.
You quickly throw the dagger down. You grab your bow. You notch an arrow. You go to do it, and you just completely spack the thing. The arrow just goes out sideways, hits a wall, and you turn around to sort of remonstrate with Methuselah and Tully, who's on the floor, and you forgot that he's on the floor, and you just tripped over Tully, and you end up on the floor lying next to Tully.
Ow.
And you hear the rug go.
Okay, it knows my name. It said Fickle.
I don't think it did. Maybe we could charm it and it could be our rug.
What's
like
happening?
Aladdin.
What's going to happen?
Whose turn is it now?
I feel like this is a good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It's Methuselah.
Okay, I fawn whip the motherfucking armour.
The armour.
Yeah.
No!
14 plus 5. 19.
You thorn whip the armour. It whips out, hits the armour, and the helmet falls off into the floor.
And drags over to him.
And drags over
10
to you.
feet.
Yes. Is it with me now?
It is.
Methuselah, you killed one of the animated armour sets!
Yes, I'm very powerful. Wear this, Tully. And I give it to Tully to put on his head.
And Tully looks to Bernum.
Yes! Yes!
He puts the helmet on. And
Though if that rug grabs you, I'm not sure how much it's going to help.
the rug's turn. You're all standing in the doorway.
Yeah, kind of. They're laying down. I'm standing. Me, Bernum, standing. Tully Fickle laying.
The rug prostrates itself on the floor
Rude.
and lays as a rug, waiting.
Maybe it was just a rug all along.
Bonfire now.
This might be the time to bonfire.
And I think we'll deal with the rest of the situation next
Leave
week.
it be.
So thanks for listening.
Bye.
Fucking hate rugs.
The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.